Welcome in Internal Voyager. Have you ever wondered if the sacred texts of our ancestors, specifically the Bible, hold secrets that resonate with ancient spiritual practices from other corners of the world? I invite you to journey with me as we explore the intriguing, almost whispered connections between the profound teachings of the Bible and the Eastern concept of chakras, those vibrant energy centers said to govern our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Could it be that these seemingly disparate traditions are, in fact, speaking a similar language, a language of inner transformation and divine connection veiled in different cultural tapestries? We stand at a fascinating crossroads of interpretation where scholars and spiritual seekers alike are beginning to draw parallels that were once unthinkable. Consider the 7 churches in the Book of Revelation. Are these merely historical congregations, or could they represent something far deeper, perhaps 7 levels of spiritual awakening, 7 stages of purification that mirror the ascent of energy through the chakra system? What if these ancient writings are not just stories, but maps guiding us towards an inner landscape of profound potential, a journey of the soul towards enlightenment charted within the very fabric of our being? And then there is the enigmatic vision of Jacob's ladder, a stairway set up on the earth, its top reaching to heaven with angels ascending and descending. For centuries this has been a powerful symbol. But what if, as some interpretations suggest, this ladder is a metaphor for the human spinal column, and the rungs represent the chakras, the vital energy centers that, when awakened, connect our earthly existence with the divine? We are about to embark on an exploration, a quest for understanding, to see if these ancient paths, though named differently, might lead to the same universal truths. Our journey begins at the very foundation of our being, the root chakra, known in Sanskrit as Muladhara. This is the center of stability, of our connection to the earth, our sense of security, and our primal survival instincts. It anchors us, much like the roots of a mighty tree. When we look to the Bible, where do we find echoes of this fundamental grounding? Consider the very creation of humankind, as described in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. From dust, from the earth itself, this speaks directly to our intrinsic link with the physical world, the very essence of the root chakra's domain. This connection to the earth, this foundational stability, is not merely about physical origin, it's about resilience, the ability to withstand life's storms. Think of Job, a man who lost everything, yet in his profound suffering his connection to a deeper, unwavering truth, though tested, ultimately held. Or consider the declaration to Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my church." A rock is the epitome of stability, of a firm foundation. This inherent strength, this unshakable core that allows us to stand firm amidst chaos, is the spiritual resonance of a balanced root chakra, a divine blueprint for enduring, for being truly present and grounded in our existence on this earth. Ascending from our foundation, we encounter the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, the vibrant orange center of creativity, emotion, pleasure, and the fluid dance of life. It is associated with water, with its capacity to flow, to adapt, to nurture. Where in the biblical narrative do we find this celebration of life's vital energies, this embrace of the emotional and creative currents that define our human experience? The Song of Solomon, with its poetic and passionate exploration of love, desire, and the beauty of connection, resonates deeply with the sacral chakra's essence. It is an unabashed embrace of sensation and relationship, a sacred dance. Furthermore, the Bible is replete with the symbolism of water as a transformative and life-giving force. Think of the creation itself, where the Spirit of God moved over the face of the waters, a primordial act of divine creativity. Consider Moses parting the Red Sea, an act of immense power, but also a passage through the waters to liberation. Or Jesus' first miracle, turning water into wine at the wedding in Cana, a profound symbol of transformation, abundance, and the celebration of life's joys. These narratives aren't just historical accounts, they can be seen as allegories for the creative power within us, the wellspring of emotion and innovation that the sacral chakra governs, inviting us to taste the richness of life. Our ascent continues to the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, the radiant yellow gem located near our navel. This is the powerhouse of our personal will, our self-esteem, our courage, and our ability to manifest our intentions in the world. It is often associated with fire, the element of transformation and assertive energy. When we search the scriptures, stories of extraordinary courage and divine empowerment leap forth, mirroring Manipura's fiery spirit. Think of young David facing the giant Goliath, armed not with overwhelming physical might, but with unwavering faith and an inner conviction that transcended fear. This is the essence of the solar plexus in action, tapping into an inner strength that can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Consider also Moses, standing before the mighty Pharaoh, demanding the release of his people. This was an act of immense personal power, of speaking truth to authority, fueled by a divine mandate. Or Elijah on Mount Carmel, confronting the prophets of Baal, a fiery display of conviction and the power of singular, focused will. These are not just tales of heroism, they are parables of the inner fire that resides within each of us, the capacity to act with confidence, to assert our true selves, and to align our personal will with a greater purpose. The solar plexus, when awakened, is this inner sun, radiating confidence and purpose, allowing us to shine brightly in the world. We now arrive at the center of our being, the heart chakra, Anahata, represented by the color green. This is the bridge between our lower, more physical chakras and our upper, more spiritual ones. It is the sanctuary of love, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, and profound connection, not just with others, but with all of creation. The teachings of Jesus Christ, as recorded in the Gospels, are a profound testament to the power of the heart chakra. His central commandment to love your neighbor as yourself, and even more radically to love your enemies, speaks directly to the unconditional, expansive nature of Anahata. The parable of the Good Samaritan beautifully illustrates this principle, showing compassion that transcends social and religious boundaries. And the story of the prodigal son, with the father's unwavering, forgiving love, is a powerful depiction of the heart's capacity for acceptance and reunion. The Apostle John's simple yet profound declaration, God is love, 1 John 4:8, encapsulates the ultimate truth that the heart chakra seeks to reveal. It is through opening this center that we move beyond the self, connecting with a universal love that heals, unites, and transforms, reflecting the very essence of the divine. This is not mere sentiment, but a powerful, transformative force. The resonance of truth, Vishuddha and the sacred word. Moving upwards, we reach the throat chakra, Vishuddha located at the throat and associated with the color blue. This is the center of communication, self-expression, speaking one's authentic truth and listening with understanding. It governs our ability to articulate our thoughts and feelings and to receive the communications of others and indeed of the divine. The Bible is in many ways a testament to the power of the spoken word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, from the Gospel of John, highlights the creative and divine power inherent in sacred utterance. The prophets of the Old Testament were quintessential examples of awakened throat chakras, individuals called to speak God's truth, often in challenging circumstances, to kings and to nations. Think of Isaiah, Jeremiah, or John the Baptist, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, preparing the way through clear, resonant proclamation. The giving of the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai was a profound act of divine communication, establishing a covenant through spoken and written word. This chakra invites us not just to speak, but to speak with integrity, clarity, and resonance, aligning our personal voice with the universal song of truth. The gateway to insight, Ajna and the vision of wisdom. Our journey now takes us to the third eye chakra, Ajna, situated between the eyebrows, often depicted in indigo. This is the center of intuition, insight, wisdom, imagination, and the ability to perceive beyond the ordinary senses. It is the gateway to inner knowing, to seeing the unseen. The biblical narratives are rich with instances where this inner sight, this divine perception, plays a crucial role. King Solomon, when offered anything by God, did not ask for riches or long life, but for wisdom and understanding heart to discern judgment and to know right from wrong. This is the very essence of an awakened Ajna. The prophets, such as Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel, were granted profound visions, glimpses into future events or the spiritual realities underlying the material world. These were not mere dreams, but direct perceptions from a higher plane of consciousness. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams and Daniel's similar gift saved nations and altered the course of history, showcasing the power of intuitive insight. Saul's dramatic conversion on the road to Damascus, where he was blinded by a great light and then received his sight anew, both physically and spiritually, symbolizes a powerful opening of inner vision, a radical shift in perception that the third eye facilitates. The thousand-petaled lotus Sahasrara and the union with divine consciousness. We have reached the culmination of our ascent, the crown chakra, Sahasrara, often visualized as a thousand-petaled lotus at the very top of the head, glowing with violet or white light. This is the center of spiritual connection, enlightenment, unity with the divine, and the realization of our highest consciousness. It is where the individual self merges with the universal self, where transcendence occurs. In the Bible, moments of profound divine encounter and spiritual illumination can be seen as manifestations of an awakened crown chakra. Moses on Mount Sinai, enveloped in the cloud of God's presence, receiving the law, represents a direct and intimate communion with the divine. Jesus' transfiguration on the mountain, where his face shone like the sun and his clothes became white as light, is a powerful image of spiritual radiance and the revelation of divine nature, a clear depiction of heightened spiritual energy. The event of Pentecost, where the Holy Spirit descended upon the apostles as tongues of fire, filling them with divine inspiration and understanding, speaks to a collective opening of this highest center. And the psalmist's call, "Be still and know that I am God," Psalm 46:10, invites us into that silent, receptive state where the crown chakra can open, allowing us to experience the profound peace and oneness that is our ultimate spiritual birthright. Outro: the unfolding mystery, your journey with divine energy. As our exploration concludes, we are left with a sense of profound wonder. Could it be, as some scholars and mystics suggest, that these energy centers, these chakras, are indeed the hidden pathways of divine energy within us, subtly encoded within the sacred narratives of the Bible? The parallels are intriguing, inviting us to look beyond literal interpretations and perceive a deeper, universal spiritual anatomy. Perhaps Jacob's ladder is not just an ancient dream, but a living map within each of us, leading to the divine. The seven churches, the foundational dust, the creative waters, the inner fire, the compassionate heart, the voice of truth, the eye of wisdom, and the crown of spiritual union. These biblical themes seem to echo the very essence of the chakra system. This journey is not about replacing one belief system with another, but about enriching our understanding, seeing potential connections that bridge ancient wisdom traditions. The ultimate truth perhaps is far more interconnected than we often imagine. I encourage you, our cherished viewers, to continue this exploration on your own. Delve into these texts, meditate on these concepts, and listen to the whispers of your own inner wisdom. What resonances do you find? How do these ancient teachings speak to your personal journey of awakening? The path to understanding is a personal one, and the greatest discoveries are often those we make within ourselves. The mystery continues to unfold, and the journey is yours to embrace. Remember this: we are all one, but we are all on different soul paths. Like and subscribe for more.